Wiltshire in England, and this is Blabbing for Britain, episode 132. And if you're watching the replay, we're going to be talking about football. We're going to be talking about Brexit. We're going to be talking about British Petroleum buying Chargemaster, about the Duke of Cambridge visiting Jerusalem, and the Queen's budget, and the fire on Saddleworth Moor, Watchdog, and the booking sites, and Google Home not quite doing what it should do. But for the moment, this is Blabbing for Britain, episode 132, and it's just me. I did post the link to get here this morning. I'm pretty sure I did. So, where is everybody? There's nobody watching at the moment. Well, it could be, but it's not registering. And if you are watching on the BeLive in 5 page, good, because you can comment. If you're watching on Blabbing for Britain, the Live Video Hub, the US Hub, TVSN, or any of the other 9 pages that we actually transmit on, then please go to the link which is above, and you can actually comment live. Now, I'm in the unique position at the moment. I'm just going to check and see if we are in fact live, because I've no indication that we have, because things are pretty quiet at the moment. I'm just checking Messenger. There's nothing in Messenger to say where people are. So it looks like I've got the show to myself, in which case you're going to get my view of what's going on in the UK this week. I'll just wait a moment or so to see if anybody does join us, and to make sure that we're live. Yes, we're live, and looking good. I'm just checking Messenger. There's right, okay, and video and sound are good, so I can just carry on as normal. Well, it wouldn't be normal if there were people with me, but at the moment there is, we have movement. Some alarm's gone off somewhere, and I know Mr. Upton gets up well before 10 o'clock, but I'm now joined by John, who's waving madly. Morning, John.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm okay-ish. I'm just closing Facebook because I could hear an echo.
All right. Okay. Are we okay now?
Yes. Just as I was going to click on the link, the front doorbell went, and it was Mr. Yodel delivering a parcel.
All right. Okay.
And it even was for me this time, which is most unusual lately. It was a big roll of wire.
Indeed. We say good morning to Bernice, who's just joined us. Welcome.
Morning.
Right. So I've no idea where Peter or
I've got a terrible echo. I'll come back in again, Stephen.
Okay. Right. Okay. Well, John's got an echo. So he's refreshing. He'll be back in a moment. And just time. Oh, John is back now. So that was pretty quick.
Hello.
Hello.
That's better.
All right. Okay. Good. Technology. Right. Okay. Well, as you.
I've got my echo back again.
It could be me.
Oh.
It's going up an echo too. Just a minute. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yeah.
Right.
I can only hear one of you.
Okay, good. Right. Shall we talk about football?
Can do if you want to.
Now, I wouldn't have seen this coming. Not with the reputation that Germany have throughout the years, and being current world champions and all. And they got beat by South Korea.
Yeah, and I'm afraid the echo's back again. I can hear another one of you a fraction of a second behind you, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have a look at that. Do you want to talk about the football?
Oh, okay. I'll talk about football. I don't know anything about the football, but I'll talk about it.
Break if you want.
Hello? Right.
Hello? Do you want to talk about football?
I'll carry on talking if you want. Are you going to restart or? All right. Okie doke. So Stephen's left me to talk about the football. I have to say, in all honesty, apart from quickly flicking onto the BBC website, I haven't actually paid much attention to it this week. I've either been feeling a bit rough or I've been busy. So, but I see the shock yesterday that Germany were beaten by South Korea. Even the South Koreans are shocked, from what I gather. So, you know, if you want to come and join us, you can find the link in to join us in the comments. And we'll be very pleased to talk to you. I don't really know where Stephen Silk and Peter are today. Normally they're here, but they seem to have disappeared. Stephen's gone off to restart, to come back in again because he was echoing. So football seems to be going very well for England. We get our decider this afternoon, and I understand we're already through. So be interesting to see who gets to play, who hasn't played before.
Yeah, we have qualified, and Belgium have qualified, and I have no echo.
No, you sound great now.
Good. Yeah, it is a situation that if you'd said what would you expect to happen, you'd expect Germany to qualify and England to be coming home. And of course, it's totally the other way around. And it's the other way around because Germany just weren't able to play against lesser teams, it would appear.
Not enough competition.
Indeed. They can see us off, but they can't see the minnows off, as it were. I love this. Just let me get to the agenda again. I love this quote that was doing the rounds yesterday. Ich packe meinen Koffer und nehme das DFB-Team mit. And that's what the German headline was in the German newspaper. I'm packing my suitcase and taking the team with me. And it was, Germans are not best pleased about this. They're distraught, really, because they expected everything to go smoothly. And of course it didn't. But England are playing tonight on the good side, and doesn't matter whether we win, lose or draw.
Will he experiment? Because I think Martinez will experiment with the Belgian side.
I think so. I think he'd bring Pope into goal, give him his first full cap. Mind you, I'm always the optimist.
Yeah, well, anything in claret and blue, you know.
Indeed. Right. Okay.
Even if it's not the right claret and blue.
Right. Is this a sign of changing from football, away from football? BP have just bought Chargemaster, and they're saying the number of electric cars is set to grow from the current 135,000 now to 12 million in 2030.
Yeah.
So our cars are going to morph into electric cars.
Yes, it's quite interesting, isn't it? I still think the technology is not right.
Well, I would agree with John that
problem,
it's not,
you know,
it's not sufficiently advanced yet. But having said that, you can see now a petrol station strategy forming where they're doing away with the petrol pumps and they put charging points in. Yeah. No.
But it's not the same, is it? I mean, it takes you 3 minutes to fill your car up with petrol. Yeah. It's going to take hours to charge your electric.
Yep, but you can, if you put a supermarket on the same site and a coffee shop and a cinema, then when you need to recharge, you plan it that you want to go and watch a film, have a meal, and go shopping. I don't know. There's got to be.
There are four charge points in my local Asda. It's actually a completely new Asda. It's only 14 months or so old. No, maybe 18 months old. And there are 4 charging points. They're always full of petrol cars because people don't know what they are. So people just treat them as ordinary parking spaces. Madness.
Yes. Yeah, a bit of education needed.
Well, you can't miss the fact they're charging points. There's a great big thing that comes down for you to plug in on a boom. And there's these lights, big red and green lights. But like you say, education, isn't it? They still think at Birmingham University that hydrogen cells are the way forward.
Oh, well, that's counter to what everybody else is thinking. But it doesn't mean it's wrong, does it?
No. Because we've got at Birmingham University, they've got the hydrogen development thing. They've got these little set of cars that we do see driving around from time to time.
They do have a person behind the wheel, don't they?
Yes, they're just like every other car on the road, except they've got a hydrogen-driven engine.
Good.
So where are Peter and Stephen today?
I don't know. Not had word one from either of them. We know Stephen can go disappear. Just hope Peter's okay. Peter, if you're watching, then please do join us if you can. As we move forward. And where do we go from here? I've got topics for. Oh, right. Okay. Google Home. Do you have a Google Home or an Alexa or?
None of the above.
None. Not a one.
Got hands. I can type.
You've got the Google Assistant on your Android phone, haven't you?
Have I? I don't know.
I think you might have. You can't avoid it. You've got Siri on you've got
yes,
Windows
I
on
can
your
ask
desktop.
Google to do things. Yes.
Yes, there you are.
I'm still using my old Android phone, even though I have a nice shiny new one, which I've had for 2 weeks, but it still hasn't got out of the box. But I've been a bit too busy.
Yeah.
Actually load all the apps and all the other stuff.
Understood. Right. Okay. I'm just going to go and share this to my page, see if we can find if anybody's actually awake. Just let me go off to the BeLive page. Yeah. I mean, the problem here has been people using Google Home. It's been saying I can't do that at the moment.
Oh, that sounds
good. To anybody using it, it sounds fatal, doesn't it? I cannot do that at the moment. So you ask Google Home a question, it says I can't do that at the moment, which then obviously has been programmed in to say I can't do that at the moment. But what's happening obviously is it's not getting through to the servers. Yeah.
Right.
So they've got too much of a load on the servers, and the servers can't respond. So the unit has been programmed to respond. If the servers don't respond at a certain time, it just says I can't do that now, which is not good when you're paying for a service, is it? Because you bought the unit. So anyway, these are teething problems. We're at the very beginning of these knowledgeable devices coming into our lives and helping us, and being able to say, Alexa, what time is it?
Where's your watch?
Alexa, what time is it?
It's 10:14 a.m.
Thank you. See? Easy.
I just pick my phone up and it says 10:14 on the front.
Yeah, you pick your watch up. Either way.
I've got 4 watches and I haven't worn a watch for years.
Have you not?
No, because the phone's always with me. Yeah?
Yeah, but you're out and about, you just look at your wrist. You don't have to fiddle with your phone, as it were. All right, okay.
Talking of watches, phones and time, etc., I've got a new toy for the allotment. This is related. It's shaped like a pair of hands on a stick, and that holds your can of pop, and underneath it is a hook for you to hang your mobile phone off while you're working.
Wow.
It was 98p, so it was the height of excitement.
So it didn't break the bank then?
No.
Right, okay. Let's see if that works. Anybody? I'll just share to my timeline. And I think he drank his coffee before joining us. No, he isn't. Still drinking it.
Is this Peter?
I say good morning to Peter. Morning, Peter.
Hi, how are you doing?
We're good. How are you?
Great. Lovely day up here. Just getting a new computer put in at the moment, so I'm on my iPad. So I'm getting an upgraded computer put in, new monitor as well.
What have you decided to invest in?
It's a Dell computer, a Dell. And just the other one was so slow. So
Yeah.
it's been sitting there for a few years. So see if that makes any video to the video conferencing as well. So what's been up? What are you talking about today?
We've done football, so you're safe on that one.
Oh, thank God for that. Yeah, right, next.
We've done British Petroleum buying Chargemaster and saying that there will be 12 million electric cars by 2040.
Oh, that's very interesting. Well, up here in Scotland last week, the government, the Scottish government, have given a £1.3 million grant for people to buy electric bikes up to £3,000 on an interest-free loan. And they've also gave out £800,000 to community groups so they can get electric bikes in and put them out so people can go in them, try them out, etc., and various other things. And so, you know, these things are happening and people better become aware of them. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. I was waiting for John to.
I saw you post on it. You posted a link to it, if you remember.
That's right, yeah. Now, even today, there's a big controversy because they found out that the Mayor of London, Boris, when he was there, wanted a cycling project finished, and he knew that they would be digging the road up for 6 months later, but he wanted it put in to say that he'd done it, but now they're going to wait and dig it up for 6 months. And it's been all over the news, and the cyclists are going mad. But people have got to realise the biggest surge in bike ownership is over 55s with electric bikes. When you go into a bike shop now, you will see e-bikes at the front because that's what's selling, and people are getting a bit more used to them now, and the power capacity in them is fantastic in some of them. Yeah.
I also saw on the article that you posted there was an electric trike, but it was backwards. I.e. the single wheel was at the back, and between the two wheels was a big box so you could use it for deliveries.
Well, that's right. It's Dutch cargo bikes. In fact, in the town yesterday, what was it yesterday? I was coming down the main Union Street, and a woman came out at the T-junction with her kid in the front, and like in a bucket, you know, and sitting there playing with toys and everything. And I says, I hope you're cycling too. And I said to the mum, what are you getting on with that? She says, well, it's an electric bike as well. So she pushes a kid about the city on this bike. So I see them everywhere now. I really do. And it's been fantastic, and it'll be great for the nation's health. Because if let's just say that you've got a sore back or you're a bit overweight and the hills would kill you. Going on these bikes will really help you because you've still got to pedal, albeit not so hard, not really hard at all. Questions?
I mean, Devizes, I can walk everywhere, so I'm quite happy to go for a walk along the canal and head either towards Brampton-on-Avon or towards Reading. I can go either way.
Yeah.
So walking is my thing.
Well, I was at 5 to 6 yesterday morning. I was at my BNI club at 5 to 6, and I left at 5:25, and it's all downhill to where I go. And then I took a leisurely ride back home. Fantastic. On Monday, I left the house at 8 o'clock, went down and gave my blood to the doctors, and then I went into the city centre, parked up, had 3 meetings in town, went down, signed some checks, and then cycled home again. Absolutely brilliant. Here endeth the lesson.
Indeed.
Have you bought your new bike then?
No, I'm still looking, but I am going to be getting one for business purposes, because sometimes the normal bike's just not fast enough to get home up the hills when I need to get back quick. That's the reason I'm getting it. And I'm not so sweaty.
Okay, total change of topic involving the military and something that rarely happens in the UK. Soldiers in the RAF to tackle the fire near Saddleworth Moor. Now, this is something you normally hear about happening in Australia, where they have bushfires on a regular basis fueled by the eucalyptus trees. For us to have a moor on fire, a 4 mile square area, is most unusual, isn't it? I don't remember this happening before.
I'm not sure if a fire's happened before.
We have had soldiers and that assisting the fire brigade in the past.
Yeah.
Up in Cumbria, haven't we? When
that's in terms of floods, was it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was flood or fire. Probably flood, wouldn't it be? I don't think we've ever had a fire as big as this.
So there you go, folks. All you people that don't believe in having a military, they're there when you need them. Yeah? The young soldiers and soldieresses coming out to help. Even lefties that would come and help.
How we ever get to left and right from a fire on Saddleworth Moor, I have no idea.
And of course, this is the moor that has a bit of a checkered history, isn't it?
It is, because of the
because this is where the bodies were hidden by Hindley and I've forgotten his name now.
Yeah, so have I.
Neither of them are with us anymore, so
no,
that's true. Okay, right now 2 related stories. I'm going to take the first one first, as it were. And Duke of Cambridge has been visiting Jordan, Israel, and Gaza. And apparently, from reports, he's been doing a darn good job.
John?
Next.
Well, no, I think that, listen, the Berlin Wall came down. Northern Ireland has had some peace. And one day there will be peace in the Middle East. And people have got to go and do their bit. And I think it's very good. Now, they'll probably complain they went to Israel first and stuff like that. But he's went and he's done his bit and he's visited both sides. And it's the start of something.
Yeah. I mean,
good for him.
Yeah, I agree. Good for him, because the thing is, he doesn't give press conferences. So when anybody speaks to him, they know that unless they leak it out, anything that's said within the meeting with him is not going to reach the outside world, because it's not going to be simply not going to be reported. So he can act as a go-between. So I agree, Peter. It'd be interesting to see if anything solid comes out of this, and but that brings us on to our next point about royalties. That's the royal family doing good, and this is the royal family. They're funded to a certain extent, by us really, and their funding last year shot up from 42 million to 47 million.
Yeah.
Well, it's
not a problem as far as I'm concerned. They bring billions back in reverse.
That's right. People would love to have our royal family. They would love it, and they're jealous of them. And we've got that royalty, and you'd be surprised. Some people from other countries love our royal family more than we do. But Her Majesty the Queen has done a fantastic job for this country. She's never set a foot wrong in all her reign, as far as I'm concerned. If you've got something, you let me know, but she's done a damn good job for this country.
No, I agree. I have nothing but praise. John?
Me, I'm a royalist. I support the royal family. What will we have instead? A Tony Blair style president? No thanks.
Absolutely. We don't want to go down that.
Two right-wing voices. What's going on? Right. Okay. Is there anything you'd like to talk about? That's good.
I don't know. Nothing's been getting on my nerves recently. I've been quite happy.
That's good.
All my time's taken up with cycling just now.
Right. Okay. Decision's been taken. It's going to happen. Heathrow's third runway. I mean, this has taken... John's shaking his head.
Just madness.
How so?
Well, putting all our eggs in one basket, we're going to create massive further pollution for the west of London. And we could have just increased somewhere else or spread it throughout the whole country.
Peter.
But people want flights into London.
Gatwick?
No, they don't want to go to Gatwick. They're wanting to go to London. That's what they were saying.
Gatwick's no further from London than Heathrow is.
Well, if I got the opportunity to go to Heathrow or Gatwick, I would go to Heathrow if I'm going to London, because when you get Gatwick, you have to jump in a train and get yourself up there. So Heathrow's the hub.
I think that's the key word, hub, isn't it? Because you can use Heathrow as a transit station.
Yeah.
And you can fly around the world, flying to Heathrow and flying somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. If you flew into Gatwick, you'd then have to go to Luton or wherever.
Yeah.
To get your next flight. And it's that next flight thing that's part of the key. I mean,
we're supposed to be thinking about ourselves here. We're flying outwards, aren't we? And we're flying home. The fact that it's convenient for someone to go to Heathrow and then catch a plane to Amsterdam or Milan or wherever shouldn't be the major factor.
But they've also got commercial stuff coming in as well.
Yes, even more reason to move that stuff out of London into an area where it doesn't make any difference.
What they should do is open all the airports up. I mean, we've got Aberdeen International Airport, and it's a joke. We cry to get flights, and every company that's opened flights from Aberdeen to Maglev, Ryanair's just pulled out, Lufthansa's just pulled out, because we don't use them enough. So they say it's non-operating, there's no profit in Aberdeen, so they pull out. Then people complain. This is, we couldn't make money. So there you go. That's what happened with it.
But you see, Birmingham does have a genuine international airport, John.
Yeah, you can fly South Africa, the States, Australia. India, or from Birmingham.
Oh, good.
So, but we don't want another runway up.
That's why I give it to Heathrow.
Yeah, I mean, what if it's at Heathrow, John? It doesn't affect you, does it?
Mate, I was being cynical when I said that.
Okay,
No.
so here's the next question. What's your thoughts on Boris with the
Boris the bike.
I've actually went off that guy because he's such a guy to change his mind all the time and do a runner for this one. And I wouldn't like that guy as Prime Minister now. Absolutely not.
But the bottom line is he told a lot of lies which caused people to vote to leave. And if he hadn't told those lies, we wouldn't be in the shit we're in today. So he shouldn't even be in Parliament, not yet alone in vying to be. But he's not rated to be Prime Minister anyway. He's not in the top 5 potentials. So
I wouldn't want him running the country now.
So what are you going to do when Jacob Rees-Mogg takes over the Conservative Party and then becomes Prime Minister? And we go back to 1865 or something like that.
Carry on is normal. It's me. No matter what government goes out, you get out of your bed in the morning and you carry on and say, if that's the government of the day, that's the government of the day. Let's move on. I just hope to get tough on crime and stuff like that in the future, because we're going to be walked over.
Well, we've had in the West Midlands area a rise in the level of crime for 5 years, but now it's falling back. But in reality, we haven't actually had a real change in the level of crime. It's just got easier and easier to report crime.
But not only that, John, people are going into supermarkets, and if they steal up to £200, police aren't interested. They get away with it. And then there was a debate the other day about women going into jail. A lot of it's shoplifting for their drug habits and things. And a lot of women do shoplift. You might as well say to people, tell you what, just do what you want. Just go and do it. Take what you want. Well, I'll open a shop and you come in and take anything you want and we can't do anything about it. What about people in the stocks? Put them in the stocks. That's what I do outside Marks and Spencer's.
I've got some rotten tomatoes.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you could arrange a weekly stocks in Aberdeen. You can't do that, Peter. And for the reason you can't do that is just something that's just come out, just been published just 27 minutes ago whilst we've been on the air.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that, well, I'm just going to put the title up on the screen because we can do this. UK has been criticised over the role in US.
I'll be back.
Okay. Right. Okay. We're taking Peter. Peter down.
Leaves the discussions.
Right. Okay. Right. I'm going to take that off and bring Fraser's comments on. How are you feeling, John?
Crap. It's awful. This is the worst thing I've ever endured because you cannot move, sit, sleep, or anything for these nasty things that are now rapidly turning into thousands of little ulcers. Apart from that, I'm fine though, Fraser. But Fraser knows what it's all about because he's had shingles recently too.
Yeah.
Except these were a bit more visible than mine.
And that being indelicate, how long does a shingles bout last?
10 to 14 days on average. From feeling the initial pain, you feel pain for 3 days before you actually see anything.
Right.
So I started feeling pain in the side and the lower back on Wednesday last week. Had it for the section that I was on here, and it wasn't until Saturday that it started presenting itself with nasty surface marks. So
Yeah.
and those they're just like huge sores. The tablets are massive. I agree with him. The tablets are bloody huge. But yeah. Don't know if you can see,
Right.
to be honest.
Okay.
It's not nice. There's a photograph on my profile if anyone wants to see what they look like.
I know. All right. Okay. I've got an echo now.
I can't hear any echo.
Okay. Right. Brexit. And Mrs. May is being told different things by different people, and we're still in the shit, aren't we?
I think we're just slowly sinking to the bottom of the murky pond. Will Mrs. May still be here at Christmas? That's the other question people are beginning to ask.
Yeah, but I mean, we've no plan.
Got Nissan now saying this. We've got Airbus, BMW saying
BMW,
further investments.
Yeah.
Until
In fact, motor industry investment was down by half over last year in the first quarter of 2018. So they're not totally convinced that we're doing the right thing. I don't think anybody is really. Anybody who knows the first thing about economics, we're buying into a load of pain when there's no need for it. And the other thing that's going on with the meeting that's taking place at the moment is a problem for Germany, another problem for Germany. And we've talked about football being a problem for Germany with them getting knocked out, but there is a real problem in that the major topic at the summit, this starts today, is the one of migration. And Italy's new government, of course, have stated quite boldly that they've had enough, and they refused entry to a ship carrying refugees and said it had to go to Malta. Malta said, we don't want it, and it's stuck off the coast of Italy.
Well, I can't blame Malta because it's a tiny little island, and an influx of nearly 1,000 people would make a massive difference on a tiny little island like that. The Italians, I'm almost saying good for them. They're on the front line and we're not, let's face it. Okay, I know we've got Calais and thousands of people in Calais want to come over here, but Italy is on the front line because of it's right opposite North Africa. And, it's a boat ride. Okay, it's a boat ride across the channel as well, but...
Yeah. But they've got a situation in Germany where they've taken 1.4 million refugees in the last 6 years, which is the most of any European country. But in order to get a government, this time round, Angela Merkel had to bring in somebody who is totally against her immigration policy. And if things go wrong for Mrs. Merkel over the course of the next couple of days, then Germany could be without a government for some little while. But they can't hold new elections because of their constitution. They can't just say let's have a general election. They've got to soldier on until time passes and the timetable is right for them to have another election. So problems in Europe. And one of the headlines today is will this be the straw that breaks the camel's back as far as the EU is concerned? So we do cover all sides of the story here. We're going pro-EU, against EU. We're trying to be sort of even-handed but biased. So
we couldn't steer the boat to Scotland then?
Well, not now because it's just left. Peter has gone. I hope it wasn't the topic. Because obviously it's a contentious topic, which I won't bring up on screen again.
Well, he answered the phone, didn't he? That's why Peter left.
Yes.
But no, I mean, Scotland wants them.
Oh,
They just don't want to go there. So that's quite an interesting thing, isn't it?
It is. It is. Right. Okay. Away from politics and on to something practical. All these adverts on television, Trivago, for example, yeah, where they say, don't waste your time going to the travel agent, surfing 100 websites, go straight to Trivago. We'll give you a list of hotels you can stay at. Then for each hotel, we'll give you the best price that we can get for you by taking it from hundreds of other websites and give you the best price.
It's great.
The watchdog is now saying it's taking aim at the hotel booking sites. So, I mean, the basic principle is easy. I mean, well, you get the best price going to the best hotel, and you sat there around the pool. How much did you pay? And one guy's paid 500 quid for the week. I paid 200. That sort of thing. And it depends where you go, and we get exactly the same goods, but for a different price. But the watchdog is taking aim at these booking sites and saying, just a minute, we've been looking at the suggestions that you're making, and could you just explain to us why the companies that give you the largest commission happen to be at the top of the list? And so there's an investigation going on. Obviously, they will do a scientific investigation and actually prove that the booking sites are not all it seems. I mean, it's a commercial enterprise, they're out to make money. But if they are, and at this point, Peter's joining us, a good point for Peter to join us, because, okay, now Peter's back. Welcome back, Peter.
Yes, I can see the side of your glasses, Pete.
We can see you now.
My thumbs, if you can.
You need to shrink a bit. That's better. Well, almost. Yeah, we're good now. Right. The current conversation is about the watchdog investigating hotel booking sites. Have you ever used them, Peter? Like Trivago, things like that.
I don't think he can hear us.
You can't hear us. Okay, we can.
We can hear you, but we
can refresh, please. Right. Okay. This is live video. So yeah, I mean, you've got to hand it to the watchdogs. They do spot these things. I mean, it might be blindingly obvious that the company would try and promote the ones that earn them the most money.
Most, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I was starting a website, whoever paid me the highest commission would certainly get. Yeah. Still. Okay. And we welcome back Peter, and he's still close to the screen, but hopefully this time he can hear us. He was there. He was there. I assure you.
Can you hear us, Peter?
All right. Okay. We're talking about hotel booking sites like Trivago.
Yes. Yes. Well, I didn't know. The other day somebody said when you search for something, go into. Are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
Go into Google and go incognito and do your searches in incognito, and that way they don't know it was you it was on.
Well, not as many people know it was you was on.
Yeah, but it is a way so they don't come up with the, oh, he's been on before. Let's put the price up and teach him a lesson. You know?
John?
Well, I've tried going incognito, looking for things, and it doesn't seem to make any difference to the price these days.
Okay. Right, guys, this is, just to let you know, this is my new computer on. What's it look like?
Right. Okay,
well,
let's see what
the same camera, so it's not going to look any different, Peter.
No, actually, he's put on the wrong camera. It's not the C920.
All right.
So, but it's got a faster processor, so I just wondered if that made any difference.
Well, it will, yeah.
Yeah,
And your graphics card will make a difference as well.
Yeah.
indeed.
And I'm
And
now
your
wearing.
RAM will make a difference. The speed of your RAM will make a difference.
I'm now wearing.
Having an SSD as the main disk.
Yes, SSD, that's in it. So I'm now wearing my specs all the time. I've got varifocals. I've got my eyes tested yesterday, John. So, but they haven't changed all that much, which is good.
I've got varifocals, and I now know that I need to get mine done.
Yeah. Do you know what I've just noticed about me? I'm looking awful thin.
It's the camera. It's a new PC.
Is that what it is?
Yes, it's in thinning mode. You know, it's specially designed to make you look slimmer.
John, did you see the picture I put up when I was 15.5 stone?
I think I did, yeah.
It's on the Facebook, and I'm absolutely shocked myself.
And how much are you now, Peter?
11 stone 7.
We've lost 4 stone.
Yeah, but it does. Yeah. So the picture I popped when I was age 32, and that's when I became diabetic. So there you go. Very good. So what have you been speaking about apart from Travago? Yeah.
We spoke about immigration and how Scotland would like some immigrants because it would help their economy.
Oh, did they really think so? Do they?
That's what the what do you call her?
Nicola. Some people call her
cranky.
Wee cranky, and also wee Burney. She's got a lot of names up here.
Right, okay, then.
It's okay saying immigration, right? It's okay saying immigration. Aberdeen's going to put in an application to be a sanctuary city. But where do they house these people? It's never in the posh areas, the West End. They never have to get. They don't get them influxed into them. They're always put in the areas.
Hey, it was on your comment. You know, you can calm down. Take the time.
No, but I'm saying it's just looking at it. It always seems to be areas that they put them into. It's never in the posh areas.
Well, we have the same here. There are certain areas that you know. They're almost no-go areas in some respects.
Yes, absolutely. And people don't believe there's no-go areas. There are no-go areas in Britain. But if it's going to, I mean, I've seen a classic one in Sweden, and these chaps got a trailer and they went into the posh area, and they recorded the sound of the call to prayer in the morning at 5 in the morning. And they went into the residential area and played it, and they all come running out and says, "What's your problem? It's multiculturalism." He says, "We put up with it. We're just giving you a turn of it, that's all." And they go to police and everything. It was quite funny to watch. But there you go. I don't think we need an influx of immigration in Scotland. Let's employ everybody that's unemployed at the moment.
Well, nationally, the unemployment rate is very low at the moment, so I don't. We've got a mismatch as always between skill sets that people want and skill sets that people have.
And of course, it's the jobs that us Brits don't want to do. Not getting filled at the moment.
Yeah,
like
indeed.
Food picking and other tasks that were seasonally done by people from Eastern Europe, but are not being fulfilled this year.
Did you know that they're earning £750 a week fruit picking?
Nope.
Yeah, I was listening to that on the radio every day. So seasonal work, £750 a week they're earning picking fruit.
I don't begrudge them it. It's not a job I would want to do.
No. I mean, one of the early lessons I got in my life was this: work experience. I went to a chicken factory, and when I left, I went, "Wow, that was an experience." And then I went and made golf bags at a factory, and the clock was right in front of my face as I was making golf bags. And it was a great experience because I vowed that I would never, ever work in a factory in my life. So it was a good experience. I learned early. So all those people that go in and stand at the, whether it's fish or potatoes, making your crisps, your food, good on them, because it's soul destroying, and they're in there standing so that we can eat. So don't knock them. It's a long job, and that's the way of their life.
Yeah, it's a job for the young uns though, isn't it? Because watching some of the documentaries that have been made about fruit picking down in the sort of fruit belt of the UK, it's darn hard work. I mean, you're actually sat on a moving contraption and you've got to pick at a certain rate, and yeah. Okay.
It was something yesterday I picked up on. I went to a famous place called Specsavers yesterday, right? Now, I watched from the minute we went in, not one of those people got a break. What I'm saying is they worked and they worked and they worked, and the next customer they worked and they worked, bum, 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 bum. No, the three of us can take life at a leisurely pace. But I sit and watch these people, and boy, did they work for their money. You know, I was no let up. And that's why I'm not lucky, and you're not lucky. We made ourselves to be like this. But sometimes go and watch other people's jobs, and you say to yourself, wow, that's one of the reasons I'm self-employed. And they're very slick. And then at the end of the day, they hit me, oh, these glasses are free. It's so lovely. How's the price of your glasses? £280. I went, what? So yes, it was quite interesting.
You can get a second pair for half price, Peter, as well.
Yeah.
And boots, you can get 2 pairs for £90 at the moment.
Really?
But only with only with lenses that are not varifocal.
Indeed, and that's the thing, isn't it? That £90 is the starting price.
Yes, we know their tactics.
We do. We know them well.
I think the three of us are stupid.
Do you put your glasses through the business, Peter?
No, I don't. No.
Stephen?
No.
You can, you know.
For what purpose?
Because you need them to work.
Really? But they'll say, but we want a percentage because you're reading a book.
An employer can pay for tests for his staff, especially if they use a screen for more than a certain number of hours a week.
Yeah, there's a lot of things with that.
I don't bother, by the way. It's just much too complicated. But according to my accountant, I could.
Yeah. Right. But they would come up and say, we seen you reading a crime novel. That's leisure.
I started the book you gave me for Christmas again last night for the 3rd time. So why are
you reading it for the 3rd time?
Why not? I'll finish it by end of play tomorrow with a bit of luck.
Wow. Why did you read it 3 times? I've no time in my life.
Because I enjoyed it.
I've no time in my life to read 3 times.
You read a book, you forget about it, then you can read it again. And it's like watching a film. You see different things each time. The first time you read a book, you're racing, depending on the type of book, of course, you're racing through it, enjoying it and getting to the end, and you miss a lot of the details because you scan paragraphs rather than reading them from every word. And then the second time it sinks in a bit more. And then the third time you can actually, even though you know what's coming, you can actually sort of remember more of what's actually happened in the course of the book.
I'm different with films. My favourite film is Zulu. And one day with Freeview, it was on about 4 different channels. And I was hopping back and forth with the same film. Because I like the singing bit and everything, that I stand up in their ears. Hey-oh, men of Harlequin our glory. Brilliant.
A rendition of Men of Harlech. Yeah. I mean, we can listen to
Scotsman.
Yeah, we can listen to music hundreds of times. We can watch films several times. There's no reason we shouldn't read books more than once.
And the other thing is that I quite often listen to a book, having read the book,
Yes.
I'll watch a film and go, no, that's wrong. It's not like that.
Oh, scripts versus books.
Now listen, what's for people that's watching us saying today? Are there any comments?
Fraser Ramsey's been with us today.
Oh, Fraser, how are
Bernice
you
has
doing?
been with us.
Okay.
Anyway, a quick advert before we go.
Okay.
I'm going to bring this up on screen. I'm going to get full screen. At 5 p.m. in the UK, 12 p.m. Eastern, brand new show, myself and Linda West. It's entitled Just Do It, the Thursday show, and I interviewed Linda on the live video hub last week. It went so well, we decided to get together and start a new show, which starts today at 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK. Do come and join us and join in on the show as well.
Where is
And
the
second advert, because I mean they went to a lot of trouble to actually create this, so I'm going to show it on screen. Right, June 30th is Social Media Day, and this was started by Mashable 9 years ago, and it's Social Media Day around the world. As you may be aware, this is June 30th is on a Saturday.
Yeah, seems a weird date.
Which presents a problem if you're trying to get hold of live broadcasters who don't broadcast on a Saturday. So what BeLive.tv decided to do is to celebrate Social Day, or Social Media Day, the day before.
Okay.
So on Friday the 29th at 6 p.m. in the UK, 1 p.m. Eastern, there is a show hosted by the well-known Jeff Adams. And during the course of that, 7 different countries will be represented, including the UK, as you can see there. And there's UK, Canada, USA, Australia. And for Australia, it's 2 a.m. in the morning when they're broadcasting. And it's a jamboree which will last about an hour with, theoretically, up to 24 people appearing on screen in that hour representing the different countries. And that's at 1 p.m. Eastern and 6 p.m. in the UK tomorrow. So tomorrow there is no Bridgetti and Stephen show because Bridgetti and Stephen are both on this spectacular show direct on the BeLive.tv page at 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. GMT, BST. There you are. Adverts out of the way. 2 shows.
Where is your new compatriot based?
My new compatriot is Linda is based in the US, and she is an author and coach, and it's going to be a good show. It's going to be a very good show. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'm working for another new show next Tuesday, but I can't tell you about that because I'm speaking to my potential co-host later today. Right. Okay. Well, that's it. We've nearly made it through the hour.
It sounds like a terrible thing. Is that a replacement for Tina?
Tina is now working full time,
so she can't make it.
Yeah. It's not. Nobody could replace Tina. So it's a totally different show, totally different co-hosts. Tina is still around, and does go live, but she can't make a regular time of 12 p.m. Eastern because she's working.
Okay. Now, I've got news for you.
Okay.
The mousy men are going to be coming shortly because I'll tell you why. Although we're really busy. I have started eating, for all you vegans and vegetarians.
Beef!
I have started eating beef again. Not pork. I'm not eating pork. But you know something? What a difference it's made to me. Because I was absolutely exhausted. Yeah, no problem. Take care.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's me back eating meat, and it's already made a difference to my energy levels.
Stamina.
Yeah, because I was just exhausted by having a lack of iron because I'm on iron tablets. And I met a nutritionist that I know, and she says, Peter, all you need to do is eat 1 steak a week.
Right.
And you'll see the difference. So I've had some steak, and I'm limiting in what I do, but it's already, and I'm cycling. I cycled all day Monday. I just wanted it. That's my form of transport. And then I was cycled to BNI just to come back, and still tired, but not as tired. I would used to come in and fall down exhausted, but I'm not bad now.
You have to, you've got to go with advice, haven't you? And I'm glad it's helping. And
So, and the reason the mousy men's coming shortly, because my employee keeps asking me, when are we doing the mousy men? I says,
right, okay.
Let's get that fixed. So we're going to do a kind of promo. I mean, what day is this? Thursday? I might get them up and do a quick promo today. The mousy
Do it.
men.
Just do it, Peter.
Just do it today.
Just do it.
You know?
Right. So you can look out for the Mousy Men lids today. And Peter, your thoughts for people as we head into the weekend?
Man, it's what I always say to you. Live your life as though this was the last day on earth. If you fell out with someone or had a little tiff, like I did yesterday, make it up as soon as you can. And don't be afraid to apologise if you know you are wrong. That's
wise words, Peter. And to everybody who's watched us today, I say thank you, and we look forward to seeing you for episode 133 of Blabbing for Britain next Thursday at 10 a.m. in the UK. Thanks for joining us today, and from Peter and myself, and from John, who's in the lobby, it's goodbye for now. Take care. Have a great weekend. And